Welcome to YQ Academy, HTML, Interview Questions and Answers. 1. What are the different tabs to separate sections of text? The less than B or greater than tag is one way to separate the lines of text. There are other tags like the less than P greater than tag and less than block O greater than tag that are also used to separate sections of text. 2. Are there instances where the text will appear outside of the browser? By default, the text is wrapped to appear within the browser window. However, if the text is part of a table cell with a defined width, the text could extend beyond the browser window. 3. Write an HTML table tag sequence that outputs the following: 50 PCs 100 500, 10 PCs 550. The HTML code for the above problem is 4. What is the advantage of grouping several checkboxes together? The checkboxes don't affect one another, but grouping these checkboxes together helps to organize them. Checkbox buttons can have their name and do not need to belong to a group. A single web page can have many different groups of checkboxes. 5. What happens if there is no text between the tags? Does this affect the display of the HTML file? If there is no text present between the tags, there is nothing to format. Therefore, no formatting will appear. Some tags, such as the tags without a closing tag like the less than image greater than tag, do not require any text between them. 6. What are the limits of the text field size? The default size for a text field is around 13 characters. However, if you include the size attribute, you can set the size value to be as low as 1. The maximum size value will be determined by the browser width. Also, if the size attribute is set to 0, the size will be set to the default size of 13 characters. 7. What is the relationship between the border and rule attributes? Default cell borders, with a thickness of 1 pixel, are automatically added between cells if the border attribute is set to a non-zero value. Similarly, if the border attribute is not included, a default 1 pixel border appears when the rules attribute is added to the less than table greater than tag. 8. What is SVG? HTML SVG is used to describe the two-dimensional vector and vector or raster graphics. SVG images and their behaviors are defined in XML text files. So as XML files, you can create and edit an SVG image with the text editor. It is mostly used for vector-type diagrams like pie charts, two-dimensional graphs in an X-Y coordinate system. 9. What is button tag? The button tag is used in HTML5. It is used to create a clickable button within the HTML form on the web page. This tag creates a submit or reset button. The button tag code is as follows. 10. List the media types and formats supported by HTML. HTML supports a wide range of media formats for sound, music, videos, movies, and animations. Some of the extensions supported by each media format are greater than images PNG, JPG, JPEG, GIF, APNG, SVG, BMP, BMP-ICO, PNG-ICO, greater than audio MIDI, real audio, WMA, AAC, WAV, OGG, MP3, MP4, greater than video MPEG, AVI, WMV, QuickTime, Real Video, Flash, OGG, WebM, MPEG-4 or MP4. 11. What is cell spacing and cell padding? Cell spacing is referred to as the space or gap between the two cells of the same table, whereas cell padding is referred to as the gap or space between the content of the cell and cell wall or cell border. Example. 12. What is difference between HTML and XHTML? HTML is an application of standard generalized markup language, whereas XML is an application of extensible markup language. The first one is a static web page, whereas the later one is a dynamic web page. HTML allows programmer to perform changes in the tags and use attribute minimization, whereas XHTML, when user need a new markup tag, then user can define it in this. HTML is about displaying information, whereas XHTML is about describing the information. 13. How many types of CSS can be included in HTML? There are 3 ways to include the CSS with HTML. 1. Inline CSS. It is used for styling small contexts. To use inline styles, add the style attribute in the relevant tag. 2. External style sheet. This is used when the style is applied to many pages. Each page must link to the style sheet using the tag. The tag goes inside the head section. 3. Internal style sheet. It is used when a single document has a unique style. Internal styles sheet needs to put in the head section of an HTML page by using the less than style greater than tag in the following way. 14. What are logical and physical tags in HTML? Logical tags are used to tell the meaning of the enclosed text. The example of the logical tag is less than strong greater than less than / strong greater than tag. When we enclose the text in the strong tag, it tells the browser that enclosed text is more important than other texts. Physical tags are used to tell the browser how to display the text enclosed in the physical tag. Some of the examples of physical tags are less than b greater than, less than big greater than, less than I greater than. 15. How can you apply JavaScript to a web page? In order to make your web page more interactive, you need JavaScript. It is a scripting language that allows you to interact with certain elements on the page, based on user input. As with CSS, there are 3 main ways of including JavaScript. 1. Inline. Certain HTML elements allow you to execute a piece of JavaScript when a certain event occurs. For example, a button allows you to run a script when you click on it. These events are accessed through attributes and differ based on the events that are available on each element. Here is an example that shows an alert with a message when the user clicks on it. 2. Script block. You can define a script block anywhere on the page, which will get executed as soon as the browser reaches that part of the document. This can be inside the less than head greater than or less than body greater than section of your document. 3. Link to a JavaScript file. It allows you to keep the content of the page separate to how users interact with that content. Also, it allows you to load the same script on multiple pages. As with the script block, you can load a JavaScript file from the less than head greater than or less than body greater than. This is the end of our HTML interview questions. We hope you enjoyed learning with YQ Academy. Until next time, goodbye.